This is the pool at the Grove in Orlando, Florida. One of the pools.
You're not cool enough to hang out with me. That's what happened when I went to the
No lifeguards on duty here. You do have employees. You can see them, they're wearing the bright green shirts. It's just 3 separate pools here. They do not connect. They're pretty much the same. A little slide there, something for the littler kids. $5'6" at the deepest, looks like. This hotel goes to 7 floors. Here we have a restaurant that's both inside and outside, as well as a bar. We'll go take a walk inside. This goes inside, building 1.
So if you guys follow me this way. Get this. You said, what's your room number? 3206. You're on the 2nd floor.
There's the gym inside here. Not too much of a gym, just some cardio, a little bit of free weights, not free weights, universals. This is one of the restaurants. The Bay Limit. This is the bar, I should say. And here's the restaurant. Valencia. This also goes outside. See some of the outdoor scenes out there. We'll go down the hall to the lobby. Some long, skinny hallways. Not too much to look at. Pretty mundane. This is the lobby area. Along with a market, little store.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, no problem.
Ice cream bar right here, gelato, and you can get some prepared foods right over here. It's the main entrance. Everybody comes in here. One nice thing about this resort is that every building has its own parking garage, and you park right on the level of the room you're staying in. It's very convenient. This place is still under construction, so not every building is done or available to stay in. Let's take a walk in the lobby. It's inside a lobby, and so bar right in here, little sitting area. Not too much going on here yet. Take a walk out of the back side here. This little sitting area back here. One thing I did notice is that there is a lot of vegetation here that is not doing so well. I don't know what the reason. I don't know if they just planted and forget about it, and they don't have a full-time gardener or staff of gardeners taking care of it yet. But when you look around, you can see a lot of dead palm trees or dying palm trees, a lot of plant vegetation that looks like it should be replaced. There's a trail that goes along the backside here. And here's a path to go inside the building. For a luxury hotel, or something that's labeling itself a luxury hotel, I've never seen a trail made of wood chips to get back into the building. That's something that's new to me and pretty odd. Here you see some more of that vegetation that is not doing too well. This resort is only minutes away from Disney World, but realistically, it takes us about 30 minutes to get to where we want to go inside the park. It seems like there's a lot of traffic that's on 192 every day, and for some reason, it's always the direction we're going. So if we're trying to get to Disney in the morning, there's a lot of traffic. When we want to get back from the parks, there's a lot of traffic. It's always in the opposite direction, seems like. But I believe it's 6 or 7 miles away, but it definitely takes around 30 minutes to get where you're going, and that's if you know where you're going. Some more palm trees that need some TLC. This place is opening in phases, so there's definitely some things that need to be maintained out of the parts that are being used right now. And here we go, we're back around again to the outdoor restaurant and bar. So most of the vegetation is pretty nice, but then you get things that look like this right there, which is something that I've never seen that staying at the Disney parks. I always see that everything's maintained over there. Over here, it doesn't seem like they have a plan for it once it's up and running. They do have delivery, room service, you order pizza, and here's where you get your towels. Some restrooms here for the outdoor, or for the pool. This place is 2 and 3 bedroom suites, so you can't rent a hotel room here, or just a single room. It's going to be at least a 2 bedroom, which is nice. Definitely gives you some room to spread out amongst your family, and you're not confined to one little tight space. And over here we have the hammock area. You see palm trees again, have seen better days. Hammock Cove, they call this. Cool place to hang out. Take a look at this. Here's something you don't see. So you got 4 hammocks. One right here, unusable. Another one here, unusable. I don't think if you consider yourself a luxury resort that half the hammocks you have available in your Hammock Cove wouldn't be able to be used. Another thing is you have some sort of tank lid here. I don't know what it's to, some kind of septic system most likely. Those tank lids definitely don't seem like they should be in an area where you're having your guest, where you have your guest walking around. We'll take a walk a little bit further. They have something that they call their safari pool over here, where they're pretty much labeling it as a water park. And everything's pretty much the same as far as the building goes. The design, everything's kind of internal. Each building has its own parking garage, which is a real plus. And like I said, you park on the floor that you're on. Parking spaces can be a little bit tight, especially if you have a bigger vehicle. There really isn't too much theming here at this resort. If you're used to staying on a Disney property or even Universal, where there is a theme to each hotel, this is going to leave a lot to be desired. As you can see, just pretty much brown buildings behind me. Everything kind of looks the same, just a different shade of tan. And then foliage that isn't cared for properly. And this is one of the buildings over here that is still under construction. Which is actually closest to the water park area. So this phase of the resort is still all under construction. And here's the water park area, which just opened up on March 1st. So it has not been open long, and right now it's included with your stay here at the Grove.
It doesn't matter, it's the same thing. It doesn't matter, it's the same thing.
Hello, how you doing?
I got one of those ones.
So we got a lazy river here.
No, you were wearing your daddy.
Right. Get the tubes from here. Right now they're charging you $7 a piece, or $7 per tube. And there's some pools here. A couple different ones, looks like. Plenty of seating. You can see it's not too busy here. Looks like the pool gets to 4.5 feet. You're able to rent some cabanas if you choose. Not sure how much the fee is. Some basketball over on the other side. Looks like there's 0 entry areas. You have your handicap accessible areas as well. One thing that I don't see here is a lifeguard, which this is their main pool, especially if they're considering it somewhat of a water park. I don't know why they don't have a lifeguard or two on duty. You know, if you go to the Disney pools, especially their in their deluxe resorts where they have the pools that are themed, or they're more popular, loud pools, there's always lifeguards, multiple lifeguards there, from my experience anyway. You have a surfing thing over there that nobody seems to be using. That does not, you do have to pay to use that. Here's a little kids area, little splash area over here. It's like lots of fun for little ones. And there's a lazy river. Looks like it's about 3 feet deep. And they got these little water cannons that you can squirt people who don't want to be squirted. Cameras everywhere. You have a lot of cameras around this resort. Cross this bridge over here, and then you can get on 1 or 2 slides. It's like one's a tube, an enclosed tube, and the other one a regular water slide.
That one is freezing, eh? This glass pad with the cans and all that, that one is cold water. Yeah, good.
Yep. There's the water slides, and that's the one and only lifeguard that I've seen on duty here. I had a question about the towels. How do you know, I understand you gotta swipe your card to get a towel, but how do you know it's returned?
They're each microchips. Are you recording me?
Well, I mean, it's on. Is it actually microchipped?
Yeah, they are actually all microchips. So when you take them out, they know you took out that specific towel, and then when you throw them in there, the sensor catches them too.
Because my concern was getting one and then how do you know it's going back so I don't get charged the 20 bucks?
Yeah, definitely. That's everybody's concern.
I've never heard of microchip towels.
Pretty cool, right? It's a little scary. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay.
We've been here for 3 nights now, and my impressions are mixed so far. Seems like a nice place. The employees here are nice, and they try to be helpful as much as they can. If you're like my family and used to staying at Disney Deluxe properties, it doesn't compare. You don't get any of the magic that you get from staying on property at Disney. This place is nice, it's clean. I think they need to work some kinks out with the maintenance of the building and the outside landscaping. That should come with time. Hopefully when this place is open, fully functional, they'll get things under control. And for people who want to come to Orlando and save some money and not stay on property at Disney, this should be a good option for them. But if you like to be immersed into that Disney magic, then when you get here, that magic's gone. So keep that in mind. You do have a large area for you and your family in a 2 or 3 bedroom suite. But if you enjoy Disney World and walking around the grounds, maybe you should stay on the parks. One other point to make: after being at the pool for a half hour, 45 minutes or so, I definitely noticed that we're starting to get bit up by the bugs. One of the other things you don't really see when you're at Disney World.